In the heart of the city's pulsating art district, where cobblestone streets whispered tales of countless creators, the Grandview Gallery loomed as both a beacon and a barrier. Its opulent halls, adorned with masterpieces, promised prestige but often reflected a narrow lens of what art could be. Beneath its gilded reputation lay an unspoken resistance to voices that challenged its traditions. Jasmine Cole, an artist whose work radiated raw emotion and bold narratives, had long dreamed of breaking through those walls. Her pieces, vibrant and unapologetic, explore identity and resilience, drawing from her experiences as a Black woman. Despite her undeniable talent, Grandview's doors remained closed, her submissions dismissed without explanation. Undeterred, Jasmine found strength in her community, a mosaic of underrepresented artists and supporters who shared her vision. Together, they transformed a modest corner of the district into a sanctuary for untold stories. The gallery's walls came alive with her collection, a daring symphony of color and emotion that demanded attention. As visitors poured in, captivated by her authenticity, whispers of her work reached beyond the district. Conversations ignited, challenging conventions and questioning the art world's gatekeepers. What began as rejection became a movement, one that reshaped not only Jasmine's path but the very fabric of creativity in the city. Nestled in the heart of the city's art district, Grandview Gallery stood as a beacon of prestige, with its sleek architecture and curated exhibits drawing elite collectors and aspiring artists. The district itself was a maze of cobblestone streets, alive with street performers, pop-up studios, and a kaleidoscope of murals that reflected the community's vibrant diversity. Yet, beneath its dynamic facade, the art world grappled with exclusion, often sidelining voices that defied convention. Jasmine Cole grew up immersed in color and stories, her childhood shaped by her grandmother's quilt making and her father's jazz records. Her art mirrored her life, raw, unapologetic, and deeply personal. Despite her talent, Jasmine's work was dismissed by Grandview's curator, a gatekeeper reluctant to challenge the gallery's traditional audience. This rejection became a catalyst, igniting her resolve to create a space where marginalized narratives thrived. With the help of childhood friend and fellow artist Miguel Torres, whose bold sculptures explored his Mexican heritage, Jasmine transformed an old bookstore into her gallery. Miguel's unwavering belief in her vision pushed her forward, while patrons like Clara, a retired teacher turned art advocate, rallied the community. The gallery's walls became a canvas for untold stories, each piece a testament to resilience and identity. The opening of Unseen Voices was electric, the room buzzing with anticipation as visitors from all walks of life gathered. Jasmine's work, from abstract depictions of joy to haunting portrayals of struggle, struck a chord. Critics marveled at her ability to merge technique with emotion, while attendees found themselves reflected in her art. The exhibition's success rippled beyond the gallery, challenging institutions to rethink their biases. Jasmine's journey was one of transformation, not just for herself but for the art world at large. Her triumph was rooted in collaboration, community, and an unyielding belief in the power of authenticity. Standing amidst the crowd, she realized her work had become more than art. It was a movement, a call to action for inclusion and representation. Amid the growing acclaim of Unseen Voices, tensions erupted when a former Grandview Gallery curator anonymously leaked internal emails revealing deliberate efforts to exclude diverse artists like Jasmine, igniting outrage across the art world. Simultaneously, Jasmine discovered a mysterious unsigned painting in her gallery that mirrored her style but carried a haunting secret tied to her past, unraveling a twist that would challenge everything she thought she knew about her artistic journey. In the heart of the city's art district, Jasmine Cole prepared for her first independent exhibition, driven by a dream to amplify underrepresented voices. Her goal was clear: to challenge the exclusivity of spaces like Grandview Gallery and create a platform for diverse narratives. However, securing funding for her gallery proved daunting, as potential sponsors hesitated to back an unknown artist. Jasmine turned to her community, rallying fellow creatives and supporters who shared her vision. Among her allies was Mateo, a muralist whose bold public art had earned him a devoted following. Their collaboration deepened as they worked tirelessly to transform the small, neglected space into an inviting gallery. Meanwhile, Jasmine's childhood friend, Leah, a marketing strategist, volunteered to promote the exhibition. Their friendship, once strained by differing career paths, began to heal as they united over a shared mission. As opening night approached, Jasmine faced another challenge. A prominent art critic dismissed her work as too personal to resonate broadly. Doubt crept in, but Mateo's encouragement reminded her why she had started. Together, they added a final piece to the collection, a collaborative mural that embodied resilience and community. The exhibition's debut exceeded expectations, with visitors moved by the raw emotion in Jasmine's art. Conversations sparked by the collection began to ripple beyond the gallery, igniting discussions about inclusion in the art world. Amid the growing buzz, Leah secured an interview for Jasmine with a major cultural magazine, marking a turning point in her career. The night before the grand opening of Unseen Voices, Jasmine received an anonymous email with an attached photo. It showed one of her signature pieces displayed at Grandview Gallery under another artist's name. Shock turned to fury as she realized her work had been stolen and falsely attributed to a well-known artist favored by the gallery. The betrayal was a blatant attempt to profit from her vision while denying her credit. Determined to expose the truth, Jasmine rallied her supporters, including a tech-savvy friend who traced the email to a gallery insider. The revelation threatened to tarnish Grandview's reputation, forcing Jasmine into a high-stakes confrontation with its curators. As the scandal unfolded, Jasmine faced mounting pressure. Some urged her to settle quietly, fearing backlash, while others demanded she fight for justice. The incident ignited a media frenzy, drawing attention to systemic exploitation in the art world and testing Jasmine's resilience. Fueled by the injustice, Jasmine used her platform to amplify the voices of underrepresented artists. Her exhibition became more than an artistic triumph, it was a call to action. The incident forced the art community to confront uncomfortable truths, cementing Jasmine's role as a catalyst for change. The success of Unseen Voices rippled far beyond Jasmine's expectations, drawing the attention of influential figures in the art world. Among them was Victor Langston, a renowned art critic known for his sharp insights and unflinching honesty. Initially skeptical of the buzz surrounding the exhibition, Victor attended out of curiosity but left profoundly moved. His glowing review in a prominent publication not only validated Jasmine's work but also amplified its reach, attracting collectors and curators from across the country. Meanwhile, the Grandview Gallery faced mounting scrutiny. Questions about its exclusionary practices began circulating, fueled by comparisons to Jasmine's inclusive approach. This sparked a heated debate within the art community, with some defending tradition while others demanded reform. The gallery's director, Eleanor Hayes, found herself at the center of the storm, grappling with the consequences of decisions she could no longer ignore. As Jasmine's reputation soared, she began collaborating with other underrepresented artists, creating a collective aimed at fostering equity in the art world. Among them was Mateo Rivera, a muralist whose vibrant depictions of urban life brought new energy to the collective. Together, they planned a citywide art initiative, transforming neglected public spaces into canvases of hope and resilience. However, success came with its own challenges. Jasmine faced pressure to conform to commercial demands, risking the authenticity that defined her work. Balancing her growing influence with her commitment to her vision became a delicate act. Simultaneously, whispers of sabotage emerged as rival galleries sought to undermine her newfound prominence. Amid these challenges, Jasmine discovered a mysterious and signed letter slipped under her gallery door. The letter praised her work but hinted at a hidden connection to Grandview's past, leaving her both intrigued and unsettled. Determined to uncover the truth, she began piecing together clues, uncovering secrets that could reshape her understanding of the art world's power dynamics. The success of Unseen Voices sparked a ripple effect, but it also drew the attention of individuals who felt threatened by Jasmine's rise. Whispers of sabotage began circulating when a prominent critic, known for his ties to Grandview, published a scathing review, accusing her work of being overly political and lacking refinement. Jasmine, though shaken, refused to let the critique overshadow her achievements, but the tension weighed heavily on her. Meanwhile, Grandview Gallery, facing backlash for its exclusionary practices, announced a sudden initiative to promote emerging diverse talent. Jasmine received an invitation to participate, but the gesture felt hollow. Torn between the symbolic significance of acceptance and the fear of being tokenized, she wrestled with the decision. Her close-knit circle of supporters, including her childhood friend and fellow artist Malik, urged her to stay true to her principles, even as others argued this could be a chance to challenge the system from within. Complicating matters further, Malik revealed his own struggles with Grandview's gatekeeping. His abstract sculptures, which spoke to his experiences as a queer artist, had also been dismissed. Jasmine felt a deepening sense of responsibility, not just for herself but for the broader community of marginalized artists. The stakes grew higher when Malik suggested they collaborate on a piece that would confront the art world's biases head-on, to be unveiled at her exhibition's closing night. As they worked tirelessly on the project, tensions flared. Malik accused Jasmine of considering Grandview's offer out of fear of losing momentum, while Jasmine questioned Malik's intentions, wondering if his motives were rooted in personal bitterness. Their friendship, once unshakable, now hung by a thread. The conflict forced Jasmine to confront her own insecurities and the weight of her newfound influence. On the night of the unveiling, the gallery buzzed with anticipation. The collaborative piece, a towering installation of fragmented mirrors and vibrant textures, reflected the fractured yet resilient beauty of underrepresented voices. The audience's reaction was electric, but Jasmine's triumph was bittersweet. She realized that true change required more than individual success. It demanded solidarity, sacrifice, and a relentless push against the boundaries of tradition. The turning point came when an influential art critic, known for championing underrepresented voices, attended Jasmine's exhibition. Struck by the raw emotion and narrative power of her work, the critic published a glowing review, declaring her art a revolutionary force in modern expression. This endorsement catapulted Jasmine into the spotlight, drawing the attention of collectors, curators, and media outlets previously indifferent to her talent. As her reputation soared, Jasmine began receiving invitations from prestigious galleries, including Grandview, which now sought to feature her work. However, she faced a moral dilemma: accept their offer and risk compromising her principles, or remain steadfast in her mission to redefine the art world on her terms. Determined to stay true to her vision, Jasmine proposed a bold collaboration with Grandview, demanding they dedicate a permanent space to showcasing diverse artists. Her unwavering stance marked a pivotal shift in her character, from an artist seeking validation to a trailblazer challenging systemic inequities. While negotiations unfolded, Jasmine's relationships with her supporters deepened. Fellow artists, inspired by her courage, rallied around her, forming a collective to amplify marginalized voices. This newfound solidarity became a cornerstone of her journey, reinforcing her belief in the transformative power of community. As the climax approached, Jasmine faced mounting pressure. The art world watched closely, eager to see if her defiance would spark lasting change or crumble under institutional resistance. Yet, amidst the uncertainty, Jasmine stood resolute, her work and actions a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. The Grandview Gallery, now facing criticism for its exclusivity, announced a new initiative to spotlight underrepresented artists. Behind closed doors, however, whispers of tokenism and damage control spread among its curators. Jasmine, skeptical of their intentions, received an invitation to meet with the gallery's director. Torn between vindication and suspicion, she sought advice from her mentor, Elena, an outspoken advocate for equity in the arts. Elena warned her of potential exploitation but encouraged her to consider the broader impact of her decision. Meanwhile, Jasmine's exhibition drew unexpected attention from rival artist Victor Lang, whose own work thrived on controversy and provocation. Victor, known for his cunning, approached Jasmine with an offer to collaborate, claiming their combined voices could amplify change. Though intrigued, Jasmine sensed ulterior motives, as Victor's sudden interest seemed more opportunistic than genuine. Their tense exchange hinted at a brewing conflict. As the art district buzzed with speculation, Jasmine's supporters rallied around her, forming a collective to push for systemic reform in the art world. Their growing influence began to challenge Grandview's dominance, forcing the gallery to confront its practices. Jasmine, caught between her grassroots movement and the allure of institutional recognition, faced a pivotal choice. In a surprising turn, an anonymous donor purchased one of Jasmine's most personal pieces, Roots Unbroken, for a record-breaking sum. The mystery buyer's identity became a topic of intrigue, fueling rumors of hidden alliances and unseen forces at play. Jasmine, though grateful, couldn't shake the feeling that her journey was far from over. As tension simmered, the stage was set for a climactic confrontation. Jasmine's next move would not only determine her own path but also shape the future of an art world on the brink of transformation. The night before the exhibition's final week, Jasmine discovered an anonymous critique circulating online, accusing her of exploiting identity politics for fame. The words stung, threatening to overshadow her hard-earned success. Doubts crept in, but her community rallied, reminding her of the authenticity and courage behind her work. Meanwhile, Grandview Gallery, facing mounting pressure to address its exclusivity, extended an invitation to Jasmine for a future collaboration. Though tempted, she grappled with whether to accept, fearing it might compromise her principles. The decision loomed, forcing her to confront what success truly meant to her. At the same time, a rival artist, envious of her meteoric rise, attempted to discredit her by claiming her work lacked originality. This public challenge pushed Jasmine to defend her vision, not just with words but by unveiling a surprise piece, a raw, deeply personal creation that silenced critics and reaffirmed her integrity. As the exhibition's final day approached, Jasmine's estranged father, who had never supported her artistic aspirations, appeared unexpectedly. Their emotional confrontation unearthed old wounds but also offered a chance for reconciliation, adding a deeply personal layer to her journey. By the exhibition's end, every narrative thread converged: her resilience, the community's support, and the art world's shifting dynamics. Jasmine stood firm, knowing she had redefined her path on her own terms. The gallery lights dimmed, but her impact continued to illuminate, a testament to the enduring power of truth and creativity. The climax unfolded on the final night of Unseen Voices, as Jasmine Cole stood before an audience that included critics, collectors, and even representatives from Grandview Gallery. Among them was the gallery's director, who approached Jasmine with an offer to feature her work in an upcoming exhibition. Jasmine, however, declined, choosing instead to focus on expanding her own gallery as a platform for underrepresented artists. Her decision marked a turning point, asserting her independence and commitment to her mission. Meanwhile, the art district buzzed with the ripple effects of Jasmine's success. Emerging artists, inspired by her journey, began forming collectives, creating a groundswell of diverse voices demanding visibility. Jasmine's gallery became a hub for these creators, fostering a community that celebrated authenticity and innovation. Her leadership extended beyond her art, as she mentored others to challenge the status quo and redefine the narrative of the art world. In a poignant moment, Jasmine unveiled her final piece of the exhibition, a self-portrait symbolizing resilience and transformation. The crowd's reaction was electric, a shared acknowledgement of her journey and the broader impact of her work. It was a culmination of her struggles and triumphs, a visual manifesto of her belief in the power of art to drive change. As the exhibition closed, Jasmine addressed the crowd, urging them to continue supporting diverse voices and challenging exclusionary practices. Her words resonated deeply, sparking a movement that extended beyond the gallery walls. Jasmine's story became a rallying cry, a call to action for a more inclusive and equitable art world. In the end, Jasmine's legacy was not just her art but the revolution she ignited. Her journey proved that creativity, when paired with courage, could dismantle barriers and inspire lasting change. The art district, once resistant to diversity, now thrived as a beacon of inclusivity, forever transformed by her vision. The echoes of Jasmine's triumph reverberated far beyond the walls of her gallery, sparking a movement that challenged the art world's entrenched biases. Her journey became a rallying cry for underrepresented voices, urging artists to defy barriers and claim their rightful space. Jasmine, now a mentor to emerging talents, encouraged others to embrace their stories unapologetically, proving that authenticity wields transformative power. Grandview Gallery, once a symbol of exclusion, took notice. In a gesture of reconciliation, they extended an invitation to feature Jasmine's work. She accepted, not for validation, but to amplify her message: art thrives when diversity is celebrated. Jasmine's legacy, rooted in resilience and vision, reminds us that change begins with courage. Let her story inspire you to champion inclusion, seek out unheard voices, and support art that challenges conventions. The future of creativity lies in its ability to unite and reflect the beauty of all experiences. As Jasmine stood before her final piece in the Grandview exhibit, she smiled. This was more than a victory, it was a promise, a brighter, more inclusive world where every voice could shine. Will you be part of that change?